Greetings, Marsh here, and welcome to episode 7 of my modded Factorio playthrough. On this episode, we're going to use some of that red science and start applying some upgrades to the factory. Enjoy. Well, we have sand. It doesn't seem like it goes anywhere, but if you follow it down the chain, we'll get lights, which should make nighttime much nicer. Actually, I kind of really care about that. So all this is going to do is allow you to turn stone into sand. It's weird, where you take crushed stone, turn it into stone, and then you take stone and turn it into sand, but that is the process. So these are all quick researches, so. How are we doing with coal? Pretty good. Electricity? About half. And how quickly we're going through resources. Reasonably fast, actually. Okay. And sand unlocks glass. There is the one method where you use just sand that you made from the previous recipe, or you can use silicon, which this early in the game, it's actually a byproduct, so it's something to do with it, but you just don't really need that much glass to begin with, but glass we do need, so research we shall. I want to see if the science packs make it to the end, and if so, that means we can get by with more labs. Kind of want to seed some more material in there. Don't really have it available. We might need to expand iron production more. I guess it just depends on how much research we end up doing. One thing we can do, it might look kind of weird, might have to move these drills, but what we can do is have the belt come straight down the middle and then build this on the other side, and then we'd have a little square so we can double it again. Okay, and with that we have access to optics, which we can build a lamp. It's just pretty straightforward, but nights will no longer be the same. We'll be able to see. It still makes you afraid of the dark, because at least when you're in your base, you're protected and you feel safe, but the moment you leave your base and it's just dark outside, you're like, oh, there's biters out there. I don't know if I want to go outside. It's scary. Okay, they're kind of catching up. That is okay. Optics. Let's see. Let's do belt logistics. Undergrounds and splitters would be nice to have. We can build them. Require stone and wood. I'll get that started, even though it'll probably be done quite quick. And we can use this right here to do the glass. How to do it exactly? We can just leave it as it is. Kind of put that up there. Well, yeah, they should take turns fighting for the stone. Where's the sand? Click, 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 click. Okay, sand. Then we need to put it into another furnace. crafting queue is getting pretty long. We're gonna need to start producing some of those intermediate components to speed up the rate at which we can build stuff. Okay, so each of these machines should share. Yep, and now we are making glass. And just let it fill up. I don't know if you've noticed, but one of the mods increases the stack limit. It might be AI Industries, but it also might not. Well, actually, it's like we have this cool little menu. Let's see, stack size. Okay, that's Angels. Okay, Angels refining. Pavement items like stone, concrete, landfill. So its stock game is 200. Now a lot of the Angels materials already stacked up to 1,000, but I upgraded for the asphalt to go to 1,000 and just all the stones and everything. So they take up much less space than they did before, and it's nice because you have a ton of it. But we could just let this stack up to whatever it gets to, but logistics, lamps. Guess I'll build a bunch of them and wait until the sun goes down, which is pretty close to now. Okay, so now we can get rid of all these inserters. And there we go. Well, that's going to take a while. Assembly machines. Yes, please. Let's see, let's move some of this stuff around. No burner lab. I'll eventually sort all this out to make it look nice, but for now, I just kind of move things around for however it works at the time. Okay, so we do need some of that stone. So there's an advantage to where you don't want to get rid of absolutely everything you have, because you can see we need stone for these undergrounds. Okay, look at that. Now this is gonna look a whole lot less janky, because now we can just split things like people normally do in Factorio. And make it look nice and pretty. Okay, we're quite alright with copper here. Resources are gone. Yeah, I'll just leave that there for now. All good. We are kind of running a little short on the iron. We could double this up, or we can kind of do a more official setup of it. More official setup with angels. Well, this mechanical refining is right around the corner. So let's see if we can just put up with it for now. Okay. Nighttime time. Where are those lights? Okay. Let there be light. Please. Oh my goodness. Is that what it's like to see? Ah. But it's like, it's just how quickly things become nothing when there is no light. So you can't get too comfortable. Okay. At least everywhere where there are power poles, there is light. We have automation. Let's see. I do want to do mechanical refining. I don't know how critical it is that that gets done right now. We seem to be doing fine with time and all of that. Well, there's a couple things we can do. Upgrade our weaponry. Should be nice. Okay, so now we have assembling machines. Their speed is essentially the same, the pollution is essentially the same, but it's 100% efficient instead of 99. But it also uses, or it's 90%, but it also uses more energy. So in the end, I think that's basically the same. There isn't a whole lot of difference. Well, as long as the iron keeps up, I guess we won't need to upgrade that. It's kind of important with Angel Bobs not to go nuts upgrading everything. Because you'll constantly be upgrading things over and over and over again. Because there's always something that can get upgraded. So at some point you have to say, okay, that's good enough. Let's move on to some other task. Something that actually can be a benefit. This won't be much of a change to the builds as they are now, but not having to pipe coal all over the place is certainly going to be a benefit. So we can get rid of this. I'll just pick everything up. Put the science packs back up here. How are we doing with electricity and all of that? That's about to max out, so we probably will need to upgrade the network. Okay, that should be all of that. Military is finished. Some machine gun, shotgun is nice. Also, it upgrades or unlocks copper magazines, which is an interesting thing. That the standard magazines are iron plates, which does magazine size of 10, damage 5. And also, I don't think it unlocked this. I think this was already previously unlocked. But when you have lead, you can use lead and copper to make firearm magazines. Same thing, but doesn't use iron. And iron, you use way more iron than you do copper early game. Now, 8 copper to make a copper magazine is a lot, but the magazine is bigger, 12 instead of 10, and it does a pierce damage in replace of one of the physical damage, which is nice. So if you have copper overload, which you probably will, one thing you can set your circuit network up to do is to turn it into copper magazines. Also, it unlocks the piercing rounds, which is nickel and bronze. So we haven't started on those things yet, but nickel is a byproduct of making lead. So it's interesting that we could build these with lead and then use the byproduct to make some piercing magazines, which are much better. But for now, the pistol's terrible. So let's upgrade to an SMG. Shotgun, we could wait. It's efficient for blowing up nests and whatever, but it has a lower DPS, so we're probably better off just sticking with the machine gun for now. Yeah, we can make gun turrets, walls, fuel processing. Let's start on building a little bus. Although, where are long inserters anyway? What are they hidden behind? Okay, they're hidden behind logistics. Long inserters will help a little bit here. So we don't really need this stuff yet, but I want the long inserters. So you see we need tin in order to build transport belts. All this stuff needs tin basically. And a loader, which requires tin and electronic boards, which we're absolutely not going to be able to do. But I want to use that and skip it so I can go to long inserters. Bob's gets rid of the standard long inserter and just allows you to adjust any inserter to be long. So we'll just have to keep it in the back of your mind that we need to do tin and all of that stuff to build these, but we don't really need transport belts. They're 15, so they're twice as fast as the gray ones, but we don't need them for now. Let's queue it up. Because I want to upgrade this. So I can definitely tell that we are getting a little anemic on this iron here. Plus, it would be nice to have a little bit of a bus so we don't have to keep hand feeding this in here. It can be automated. It would be cool if possible. And also we'll need mechanical refining as well. How's the electricity actually looking? It's holding for now. There's no real disadvantage to let it overload, so nothing bad will happen, so you might as well just keep using it until it starts maxing out. Hey, now we have lung inserters. So they're pretty straightforward to make. You just open up this right here and you can say, make it a long. Or if you don't want it to be long, you just set it like that. Or you can open up the configuration thing to set it to any random thing you want. So you want long down here, but then drop it short up there. You can see how it sets it up. Although, when it changes distance from long to short, that takes time. So in addition to the swing time it takes, it also takes time to move. So you really don't want to use inserter to pick things off of a far away belt and bring it closer. It's not a very efficient way of doing things. You want to try to avoid that if possible. And that's the end of this episode. On the next one, we're going to use Hellmod and plan some Angels ore sorting. It's a pretty substantial increase in complexity from what we're doing. So we've got a little bit to talk about. So I'll see you in the next episode.